Hello and welcome to another Warp Foundry Battle Report. Stuart's back with us today.
Hello.
What are you bringing today?
I'm bringing Chaos Knights and Magnus.
Yeah, so 5 models?
Yeah.
6 models.
No, wait, yeah. It was six models.
I'm bringing Greatsword Paladins, so if you thought my army was elite, then... So we'll go ahead and get straight into the lists.
Hello and welcome to my Chaos Knights plus Magnus list.
It's actually a flying knight.
It is. He's suddenly grown wings and learned to fly, which would be insanely broken. But...
Yeah.
So we just have one super heavy detachment of Chaos Knights with 3 Knight Despoilers, 1 with double thermal cannons, 1 with double Gatling cannons, and 1 with the stock melee setup. And then we also have 2 War Dogs with the thermal spear and Reaper chain cleavers. And the melee knight is going to be my Warlord, and he will have eager for the kill, so +1 to advance and charge, and an extra attack if he's wholly within the enemy deployment zone.
Okay.
And he'll have the relic Cornate target, and I'm going to pay an extra CP and give the thermal cannon knight the Veil of Medringard, so he gets a 4-up in run all the time.
Okay. What does what's the Cornate target?
At the start of the combat phase, you can activate it once per battle, and anything you're in combat with cannot take invulnerable saves, and you cannot take invulnerable saves. Okay. Which is not really a downside for him, because unless...
Is there a relic or a Warlord trait we can take in ones?
There is one relic for a Dreadblade Chaos Knight that give him a 5-up in run in combat. But it's another relic, you can't take it with the Cornate target.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything in any Chaos part of any codex that it can give a knight an invuln. So
yeah. Okay. That's a bit weird.
But yes, also the double Gatler will be a Dreadblade, and his damnations will be Forsaken, which is he can't if he failed the check at the start of every turn, he can't be affected by stratagems. And single-minded hatred, so he can only shoot at the closest enemy unit.
Okay.
And then his pact is the knower of profane secrets. So as long as he's on the battlefield at the start of the game, I get an extra command point, and his leadership is increased by 1. Okay. And then with the Forsaken one as well, that minuses 1 from the roll you make, so it's effectively +1 leadership again.
Okay.
Because I can only make him go off on a double 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just an extra free command point pays for the extra relic, really.
And then you've got Magnus, who's hiding behind the knight.
He is my lovely Magnus baby. Probably my favourite model. He is a beast. But he's just on his own in a Thousand Suns super heavy auxiliary detachment, and he'll just have the powers Glamour of Tzeentch, Weaver of Fates, and Warp Time.
Okay, so +1,
himself.
+1 invuln, -1 to hit, and move again.
But spend command points throughout the game and change his powers if you need to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because you only need Warp Time once, really.
Yeah. So how many... I've never actually played against Magnus, so how many wounds does he have? And he gets +3 to his costs, doesn't he?
He gets +2 on his top bracket.
Yeah. And
I think he has 18 wounds.
Okay, yeah. Same as Mortarion.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But his other special rules for him is like he can reroll hit rolls of 1, reroll psychic. When he takes a psychic test, he can reroll 1s. If he perils, you roll the number of wounds, and then you roll those, and on 2-up, he doesn't take those mortal wounds.
Yeah, it's like a farser.
Yeah.
Craft world.
Okay. He's pretty beastie. I love Magnus. He can do a lot of work for you if he doesn't get shot off the table immediately.
Actually saying that, I do have a little bit of shooting in this now.
Yeah.
So
I'm fearful for Magnus.
Yeah, I've also got the smites as well. So
I know. And I have the demon keyword.
Might be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so I have actually. So I've gone up against a triple Chaos Knight list before, actually, with almost this exact same list. So But that was
I thought it was unique.
there weren't any war dogs. Obviously there wasn't Magnus. It was, I believe it was the same knight loadouts exactly as well. But it was a Battalion and then just loads of cultists, basically.
Makes sense.
So,
because normally you just spam troops with them and have them hold the objectives while knights kill everything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously at the moment, the current thing for Chaos Knights is just to take 3 of them with double thermals.
Yeah.
Because it's the
cheapest
one that gives you a stupid amount of high damage weaponry.
Yeah. Yeah. Even against mass amounts of units as well, you can still high roll on 2d6 and still use it for clearing out hordes and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. And they're normally always ran as Iconoclast House now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get charged, or heroically intervene, they get an extra AP -1 on their melee weapons and an extra attack. So each thermal cannon knight does 5 stomps.
Yeah,
15 attacks. So they can still clear infantry blobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of mine are Iconoclast as well.
Yeah, okay, cool. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
I never know. It's a bit different on our terrain because we're going to be using the London Grand Tournament terrain again, but I never know what to do against knights with my list because my list is so vulnerable to shooting. So, but yeah, like I said, we're using the LGC terrain, so I should be able to hide.
Yeah, and due to my greed with the list of trying to get an extra war dog, I haven't got any missile pods to shoot you with when I can't see you. So
so it could be really cagey and just sit in a building all game, but that wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah, then I just have to keep walking around it until I catch you.
Yeah, and just keep walking either side of the walls.
I think I'd have to end up using all 3 of them to just pen in a corner each. Yeah, but whichever way they go, we'll get them.
Cool.
We'll just send Magnus in. Go on, big daddy.
he's a beast in combat as well, isn't he? So.
Oh yes, he is quite the monster. I think I was averaging it out once on just trying to work out if he could destroy a knight on his own, and he easily destroy. If it's an Imperial knight, he overkills it by so much because of Death to the False Emperor.
Yeah.
He is a monster.
Well, I've got what I hope, what should be in the fluff. I've got the perfect counter to Magnus, so we'll get onto the Grey Knights in just a sec. And here are my Grey Knights again. So I've brought the Paladins back today. This is after Chapter Approved 2019, so we got some pretty substantial points drops in Chapter Approved, which is really good. Basically, points dropped across the board on everything that Grey Knights use, like normally. So this is pretty much the exact same list that I used in the first battle report, apart from I now have 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts. So it's a pretty good addition. It's another 300 points.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So I'm running a Battalion and a Vanguard today. Same as last time. So Battalion is pretty much exactly the same. I've got Drago, who's not my Warlord, which it pains me to say that he's not my Warlord because he probably should be. Then I've got his psychic powers are going to be Hammerhand and Gate of Infinity, so +1 to wound and teleporting. I've then got a brother captain, so he has Astrolabe. Now in the last battle I made him my Warlord to give him extra power, which is just really handy to have, but I think in almost every single Grey Knight list it's better to go with First of the Fray for re-rolling charges, so he's not my Warlord today. He's just equipped with his normal stuff. He's got a halberd and a Stormbolter. No, because I was just thinking about where my relic's going. So he's got Astrolabe. If you haven't seen the first battle report where I explained sort of what they do, he basically doubles the range of all smites. So it brings the normal guy's smites from 12 to 24, and then it brings the banner to 12, and my next HQ, which is Castellan Crowe. It brings his smite to 6 inches. So yeah, my next HQ in the battalion is Castellan Crowe. I just had 80 points spare. I probably would have preferred to have brought a Tech Marine. I do have one, but he's not painted up, so I've just gone with Castellan Crowe. Not that it's going to be applicable in that matchup. You don't exactly have a lot of little bodies to kill, so he's probably not going to do anything at all. Although Smite might do something. So
you can always try and fight Magnus. But I don't mind.
Yeah. So he knows 1 power, and he can cast. I believe he can cast 2. So I'm giving him Vortex of Doom, which is a 12-inch, basically just D3 damage, and then anything within the model that it goes off on within 3 inches, it does D3 mortal wounds to them as well. That's just as a backup to his smite. So his smite only has a range of 3 inches, but it always deals D6 mortal wounds, which I can obviously buff with the Brother Captain to 6 inches. He has a Stormbolter as well, and he has a couple of other special rules where he can re-roll, I think it's called something like Master Swordsman or something like that. He can re-roll all hits and all wounds in combat. And also, if he scores any wounds, so before saves, so if all you need to do is just roll the wounds, any wounds that you get extra attacks for. So he gets 6 attacks, I think. So if I hit with all 6 and then wounded with all 6, I get 6 more attacks, basically. So
Lovely.
He's quite good at clearing out Horde, but
I can imagine. You'd have a field day in a blob of cultists.
Yeah, well, I took him against Ewan's Eldar, and he went into his Guardian bomb, and I think he killed like 18 of them because he killed I think he killed the max that he could, like 12, and then Ewan failed leadership and then killed off another.
Oh, right, I remember this now. I did watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he decimated a 20-man unit on his own.
Yeah, so he is quite good. As I said, he's probably not going to do anything in this game just because you've got really big. His weapons, for being what is essentially a demi-chaos god trapped inside a sword, which is what it is basically in the fluff, the Black Blade of Antwer. It's strength user, so strength 4, no minus, and 1 damage.
Oh.
So I think it's supposed to represent the fact that he's trying not to let the sword control him, so he's not using its power, but he's still using the sword. So
that would make sense.
Yeah. Then
take over. Join our team.
It's actually a really good book about the Black Blade, which I was reading, which is really interesting because the sword almost it is kind of like a demi-chaos god. It was so powerful that it took over whole sectors of space when it was still inside the sword, basically.
That's mad.
So, yeah, Castellan Crowe, the lore behind him is he's basically tasked with specifically making sure that the sword doesn't fall into the wrong hands. So that's why he takes it into battle and uses it, rather than keeping it hidden or secure. So
surely that's not a good idea, just in case you get killed.
Yeah. So I don't think they thought of that, but that wouldn't make for a very good story. So those are the HQs in my battalion. I've then got just 3 bog standard units of Strike Marines. These guys went down a crazy amount of points. So without all of their war gear, I think they are now 14 points a model, whereas before they were 19. So they've got a 5-point drop on the actual base model. Unfortunately, the points, the weapons used to be free, the melee weapons, but now they're not. You still have to pay 2 points for a Stormbolter, so that brings it up to 16. If you want to pay for a melee weapon, then it's another point. But for some reason, if you want 2 melee weapons, i.e. you want 2 Nemesis Falchions, which was the optimal loadout before, you pay 2 points. So actually they're more expensive with Falchions now. So there might be an argument for taking their arms off and giving them halberds now, considering they've already got essentially base 2 attacks on the charge with Shock Assault. So yeah, that's those guys. As I said, 3 5-man units. One of them has Hammerhand, one of them has Gate of Infinity, and one of them has Astrolabe, just for a bit of like psychic saturation if I need it elsewhere. Then I've got 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts. They're pretty much exactly the same as you would find in a normal Space Marine army, apart from they're Psychers.
Yeah. Or Psychers.
Dreadnought Psychers. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I wish we had that for Thousand Suns.
What, Dreadnought Psychers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have had that.
Why didn't we get that?
Yeah. So, I mean, Blood Angel's got...
They've got a librarian dreadnought.
Yeah, Blood Angel's got librarian dreadnoughts, and then you've obviously got chaplain dreadnoughts, so why couldn't you have had, like, an exalted sorcerer dreadnought or something like that?
It's like Forge World do make a dreadnought for Thousand Suns for Heresy, and it looks awesome. So
yeah, it's got the like the bit sticking up on its head and
so
stuff. So
G-Dubs, if you're listening, rules for that, please, because it looks amazing.
Make it a Psyker.
Make it.
So yeah, just 2 normal Venerable Dreadnoughts. They both have, so they know 1 power, they can cast 1, so they know 1 and smite. They're both taking Astrolabe, so it turns out that Venerable Dreadnoughts shooting through walls is actually pretty good. So,
yeah, who would have thought that?
Yeah, it's not bad. There's this fun, like, the reason why I wanted to take a Tech Marine was because, like, you can do this thing where you, like, hide them behind the wall, and you, like, make one shoot through the wall and then peek the other one out, and then if the other one gets targeted by shooting and then doesn't die, you can just swap them around and then heal that one up and Astrolabe through that.
That's really
and
cheeky.
Then, yeah. So you got to do what you've got to do when you're playing Grey Knights. They're equipped with twin las cannon and missile launcher. So for Warp Foundry specifically, we're probably for the most part going to follow Legends, because now Legends has come into effect. So there's a lot of index stuff that has been essentially discontinued. So in GW official events, and I'm sure that a lot of other tournament organisers are going to follow suit in saying that you can't bring Legends to tournaments. Generally, I think those loadouts are going to be just not shunned, but like not going
to be able to bring them.
Yeah, not going to be able to bring them.
Which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, it is a bit annoying because there's like, especially for like these guys, Grey Knights don't get access to Forge World, so I can't take like a Leviathan Dreadnought, I can't take Contemptor Dreadnoughts. So actually, the Grandmasters, they're okay, like, but they're not really dedicated anti-tank. The only dedicated anti-tank I can take are the Dreadnoughts, or if I take something like a Storm Raven gunship with twin las cannons, but like that's a whole, that's like 300 points for just a little bit of anti-tank. So actually the Venerable Dreads were the only anti-tank that you could get in Grey Knights, really, without getting into combat. And most of their arm loadouts has been put into Legends. So what I used to do with these guys was run them with 2 twin autocannons. So you would be getting 8 shots, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s with someone nearby, which was just decent, good rate of fire, 2 damage. I only -1, but you're kind of relying on the amount of shots with that. And but you still the kind of default loadouts, which is like twin las cannon and a missile launcher. That's still fine. So that's what I'm running them as today. So both of them have twin las cannons, and both of them have a missile launcher as well. So,
yay, las cannons!
Yeah.
My poor knights.
It's not like you haven't got a lot of vehicles or anything.
No, definitely not. Why would I ever bring that sort of list?
So then going into the Vanguard, I've got 2 Grandmaster Nemesis Dreadknights. They're both the same loadout. One of them is my Warlord, so I will make the guy with the actual painted banner my Warlord. As I said before, I'm going to take first the Fray, so at the start of the charge phase, if you're within 6 inches of him, you can reroll charges, so which is much better than just getting reroll charges within 6, because he can tank the Overwatch and then they still get reroll charges, which is good.
Especially when he's got like Sanctuary off and all of that.
Yeah, can't give him a 2-up invulnerable anymore though, which is sad.
Can't give anyone a 2-up invulnerable anymore.
No. So yeah, same loadout on both. They've both got the Greatsword. They've both got the heavy Psycannon, and they've both got the Gatling Psilencer. They've also both got the teleporter as well, so I can choose to deep strike them. In this, I believe in my list, I've just given both of them Sanctuary, because it usually either goes on one of them or the Paladins, so they've both got it, and the Paladins have got it as well. So they're my 2 HQs for the Vanguard. I don't think there's anything else on these guys. No. So then I've got a Apothecary with a Nemesis Demon Hammer, so 88 points for basically a Smash Captain without a jump pack. Yeah, they're just all-round good kind of points fillers. Get some more psychic power. He's obviously got his Nethakar Theum, I think it's called.
I have no idea how you pronounce it.
He's got the ability where he can heal someone D3 wounds or bring someone back to life on a 4-up.
Because picking Paladins up is such a
yeah
really good. Yeah. 1 Paladin's dead. Oh no, he's back.
Yeah, 50 points back. Thank you. Obviously he's a Grey Knight, so he's a Psyker. So he only knows 1 power, and he can only cast 1 power. So he knows Smite, and I've given him Purge Soul, which is a leadership roll-off basically, but you take the difference. Yeah,
and they take that many more.
Yeah, they take that many more wounds. So on some things it's really good, and on other things it's just to kind of give some more offense in the psychic phase to these guys, considering they're 1 damage smite. So sometimes it can be really good. And also, the next unit I'm bringing is the Paladin Ancient with the banner. So he does have my relic. He does have my free relic, which is the Banner of Refining Flame. That is +1 attack to models in a unit that are within 6 inches of him, which is really good. He also gets a 6-inch D6 mortal wound smite, which can obviously be buffed to 12 inches. And also his banner gives him +1. So actually, next to the banner, the Apothecary is leadership 9 or 10, I believe.
Probably
which
10.
Is, yeah. So it just buffed that a little bit. You can also use, because there's not a lot of good Grey Knight Warlord traits, you can actually just pick the core rulebook one that's +1 leadership, and then take Purge Soul, so you can actually buff. I think Drago is leadership 10 already. I think you can get him until he... Oh no, because he has to take a specific Warlord trait, so you can't do that. But you can still... Yeah,
regular one next to the banner, plus that Warlord trait, leadership 11.
Yeah, you can still get leadership 11 on someone, so...
so you're going to do quite a bit of damage to...
On something like shield drones, or something like that are like leadership 5 or 6.
Who knew the counter to shield drones was Grey Knight psychic powers?
So, that's my banner. His power is either... So he knows a power as well. He can only cost 1 though. I can't remember whether it's Astrolabe or Hammerhand, but it's one of the 2, just as a backup. He also has a single Falchion and a Stormbolter, so he's actually gone up by 1 point, because you have to pay for his single Falchion now. And yeah, that brings us on to the Paladins. So I've got the Paladins back. They're exactly the same composition as they were last time. So I've got 8 halberds and 2 warding staves. So the halberds +1 strength, -2 D3 damage. The warding staves +2 strength, -1 D3 damage. But the warding staves give you a 5-up invulnerable in combat, or they buff your invulnerable by 1 if you've already got one. So if you have that anyway, it buffs the Paladins 5-up invuln to 4-up, and then obviously if you get Sanctuary off, it buffs it to a 3-up as well if you take the wounds on the warding staves. So it's pretty good just to have a couple of those in there. 6 of them have Stormbolters, so they're obviously Terminators. They have the Terminator keyword, so they're always rapid firing at max range. Not that Stormbolters are going to be that good in this matchup. But then they've got 4 Silencers, which are 6 shots each. There's no minus, but the D3 damage. They're only strength 4, but you can buff that with Psychic Onslaught to make them strength 5 -1. But because they're 6 shots each, with 4 of them you get 24 shots, which isn't too bad. So especially when you're re-rolling everything with Drago. And
yeah.
So
I actually think the Silencers are a fairly solid gun.
They are, yeah, they're really good.
Like
yeah.
Even though they have no AP,
yeah.
if you put them into any kind of infantry unit,
yeah,
you're gonna kill it.
They're just good at like getting wounds off stuff as well. Especially when you can do shenanigans with Grey Knights, like sitting in buildings and shooting through walls. Like you basically, if you get into the middle of the board and cast Astral Aim on them, anyone within 24 is like you just keep poking at them until they die, basically. And then if you get within range, well, they're just going to charge through the wall at you anyway. So they are really good. They're still pretty expensive, but I think they've dropped from over 500. I think it was about 540, 550 points, and I think they are about 480 now. So they've dropped a fair bit.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
They did need it, though.
Yeah, they did. They were one of the better units, though. They do just suffer from just not really having any other abilities you can use, like other stratagems to buff them and stuff. So, like, making their charge better, or, you know, because a 9-inch charge re-rolling isn't that good. You're more often than not going to fail it anyway. So
I think if they just changed the wording on it to be like the Orcs reroll.
Is that you can re-roll any of the dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you roll both, get a 6 and a 1, then you can just roll the 1.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll the 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, in that situation, I always make sure I have a CP ready for a re-roll though when I'm charging with these guys, just because, even if I am in range of first of the fray. So, that's the Grey Knights list. So, managed to fit about 300 points worth of Venerable Dreadnoughts in it, which is really good. So, I didn't really want to take the Dreadnoughts. What I actually wanted to do with this list is actually run 3 Grandmasters. Just because they've got like the duality of the shooting and the combat, but the Venerable Dreads and Grey Knights, like they're just decent. They're good. Just the fact that you can shoot them from walls is, it's amazing. It takes them from being sort of like a unit that someone brings to the table, and you go, oh, okay, someone's bought an old normal dreadnought out to, oh shit, there's a I'm not supposed to swear.
It's okay. Reset that bit.
If you just heard a duck noise, then that is what I'm going to be using for swear words now. So
Leo's going to rinse you.
Leo.
Yeah.
We've got a battle report with someone else who likes to swear. So I said that if he does, then I'm going to replace all of what he says with duck quacks.
You've slipped up before he has.
I slipped up before he has now, so you've already heard the duck quack from me. So I can't remember what I was saying now. Got to
hiding the dreadnoughts.
Yeah, hiding the dreadnoughts. So if you go up against someone that's sort of bringing normal venerable dreadnoughts in like Space Marine list or something like that, like there's so many things that are better than that now. So you kind of go, okay, they're bringing a venerable dreadnought kind of thing, but actually in Grey Knights, because you can shoot through walls and hide them and stuff like that, they're actually really, really annoying to deal with. So, that's my list. What do you think?
I think it's going to be very annoying. Like,
I hope so. I hope it goes a little bit better than the first battle report. So
I think it's just going to be more because I'm going to have to walk around everything to try and get to you.
So
you can definitely play some movement tactics against me.
Yeah, and also I can, with my deep striking and stuff like that, because I'm probably going to be deep striking with 3 units of strike moves, I can like pin you in.
Yeah, that's true. I have to fight my way out of them. I
can gate 1 turn 1, and then deep strike turn 2, and then deep strike turn 3, and just string them out and block you in. We're probably not going to do that. That wouldn't make for a very interesting game. So,
at least I've got 3 melee ones that will.
Yeah, you do
chop their way through things.
Yeah. Do they get the +1 attack as well?
Well, the Armigers.
Yeah,
they do.
That's really good
because they all get the household trait.
Yes, they're It's been a while since I used the Armigers. Their glaive, the sweep attack, is it 2 attacks for each?
Yeah, 2 hit rolls
so they get
for
10.
each sweep. So they get 10.
Yeah. And
then they can also make a strength ×2 attack.
Yeah, basically like a Smash Captain profile, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the Armigers as the Iconoclast house would just as well, because of the extra AP -1 that they get on the charge, makes the sweep really good at killing regular infantry units now.
When I, before I was trying out the Moirax with the claw and just one of the guns, I would always run my Imperium soup list with Warglaives, just because I'd run them as Crast, so they'd be re-rolling all hits. And the Crast strat is actually really good if it goes off, especially on them, because they're getting so many attacks. It's basically hits explode into another hit on a 6, but if you're Chaos, if you have the Chaos keyword, then it's basically Tesla, explodes into 3 hits. So it doesn't work so well with the claws, because the claws only have 4 attacks anyway, but on the sweep it's actually pretty good, and obviously it's pretty good on the stomp as well on a big knight. So yeah, so that's my Grey Knights. We'll be back with the mission and deployment in just a sec. We're here on this battlefield. The Chaos Knights of Magnus have deployed forward. It's almost as if they're the attacker in this situation. We rolled for the mission, so this is a Chapter 2019 mission. We rolled for Ascension, so you basically roll off, and the person who wins picks whether they're an attacker or defender. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Stuart won the roll off. He picked to be the attacker, which means that he goes first, essentially. So then we rolled off for the map, the deployment map, which I rolled for. I rolled for Search and Destroy. So we've deployed in the corners of the board. Grey Knights are over here, just hiding out the way. The mission, there's one objective in the middle of the board, and it's a bit of a weird one, this. So we get 3 objectives. One of them is in the middle of the board, as I just said. We get to place the other 2. So the ruling on this is that they have to be 15 inches away from any other objective, and they also have to be equal distances between each deployment zone. So basically, you have a line that you can deploy on between this centre objective and the edge of the board, basically. Because we rolled for Search and Destroy, it's in the corners. It basically just has to go smack bang in the middle there. And Stuart's basically just done exactly the same thing that I've done with mine. So, Chaos Knights and Magnus, they are set to go first. So, Stuart's deployed right on the line. I've done a bit of a cagey defensive deployment, as is
you could call it that,
as is sometimes required by Grey Knights. So all of my Paladins are hiding there out of line of sight, even after the Knight's movement. This Dreadnought should be out of line of sight. Grandmaster and this Dreadnought are actually too far away for Stuart to shoot any of his Knights at me. And the characters are basically just spread out because they can't be shot anyway, because there's guys in front. I've deep struck a Grandmaster Nemesis Dreadknight, and on my non-Warlord one, I've also deep struck all 4 of the Strike Marines. So, you have the choice of going first or second now. Would you like to go first?
Yes, I will go first.
Okay, in that case, I will let you go first, I think. So no C's, we'll go straight into Chaos and Magnus movement phase in just a sec. Okay, so Chaos Knight's movement's been done. I'm just going to go over the mission again because I forgot to actually explain how you score it. So, as I said, there's 3 objectives. They're kind of spread out equally across the board. Basically, characters get obsec over every single thing else. So they ignore troops. If you've got a character on an objective, then you have to get more characters. Well, the opponent has to get more characters within range to then claim it. I believe it's at the end of the battle round, but I have to double check. It might be starting from battle round 2. Basically, if you have a character on an objective, you score 1 point. If that character remains on that objective for another turn, so let's say he's on there turn 2 and then turn 3, you score 2 points in turn 3, then you would score 3 points in turn 4, and so on and so on. So it kind of escalates in the points, which I guess is why it's called Ascension. So I'll get into Chaos movement. This Warglaive has advanced up here. Magnus has just flown over a little bit. This one's just moved up, I think. Did he advance?
No, he didn't advance.
Big Khorne Knight. I'm going to call them Khorne Knight, Siege Knight, and then Dreadblade. So Khorne Knight, he's just moved up to the middle. These 2 guys advanced. This one got a 3.
Yep.
And this one got a
5.
So he's got 17. He's just touching that objective there. So yeah, that's the end of the movement phase. Do you want to do Psychic?
Also, before we go on, so we'll do his roll to see if his damnation takes effect.
So it's a leadership test. No,
Yep,
fine.
He's fine. And then we also did put the Vow of the Beast Slayer onto the Thermal Cannon Knight.
Yep.
So he gets to reroll 1s against anything with more than 8 wounds.
Okay, cool.
And Vow of Dominance went onto the Khorne Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So any unmodified wound roll of 1, 2, or 3 always fails against him.
Okay, cool.
Psychic phase. Magnus.
Yep, just come over to Magnus.
Magnus is going to cast Glamour onto himself. Okay. He needs a 7 and he gets +2. So that goes off on a 9.
Yep. So it's -1 to hit.
And then he's going to Weaver himself,
yep,
which also goes off.
Yep.
And that's all he's going to do.
Okay, cool. So, not sure if you've got any shooting. You might have some shooting from that one, maybe? He's sort of smashing into my cabinets.
He can see a banner, but that guy's a character.
Yeah, it's a character.
So he can't get shot.
Okay.
So there's no shooting and no charges from me.
Yep, so these guys advance, so no shooting from them. If they moved their normal movement, they wouldn't have to shoot anyway. So yeah, that is the end of Chaos Knights. Pretty uneventful turn, but I had to play it a little bit cagey, otherwise I probably would have lost quite a lot of stuff turn 1. So
yeah, it's completely understandable.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll just check the mission just to see when the scoring happens, and we'll be right back. So we're back after the Grey Knight movement phase. We double checked the mission rules. You actually score it at the end of your turn. So Stuarts actually scored 2 points already. Didn't get first strike, but he's holding the middle one with the Khorne Knight and is holding this one with this knight. So 2 points. My guys have just basically shuffled up a little bit. All the Paladins are in range of the Khorne Knight, even though they can't see him at the moment. But I have a spell for that.
Yep.
Dreadnoughts, they've just shuffled up. He's just shuffled up. He's still out of denial range of Magnus, so going to cast Gate of Infinity. Yeah, and then basically just all the characters have kind of stayed behind the Paladins. So we'll go straight into the Psychic phase. So, oh yeah, I spent 2 CP on Heath the Prognosticars on the Grandmaster, so he has a 3-up in Bun. So, let's grab some dice. So, I'm going to start with Astrolabe from this Dreadnought. He's going to cast it on the Paladins, so he's going to be out of denial range.
Yep.
So, I need a 4 for this to go off because I get +1. That does go off on a 7. So, Paladins have Astrolabe. Just grab the card. Cool. Grandmaster, he's going to cast Sanctuary on the Paladins. So, that goes off. So they've got a 4-up in Bun. Where are we? Castellan Crowe. Oh no, the banner in there, he's going to Gate of Infinity, the Grandmaster, which does go off.
Guessing I'm out of him as well.
Yeah. So he's going to redeploy. Let me just have a look. So you need to come back a little bit. And so basically just like that. Cool. So, yeah, let's start with some smites. So, Grandmaster, he's equidistant from both, so I'm going to smite the Corn Knight. Goes off on a 9, because you get +1.
Yep, have it.
Just one more wound. Three. 2. So, this Paladin on the edge, he can see the Corn Knight as well, so he will smite because he's got 24-inch range. That fails on a 4. We can just double check. So Drago's in range. Apothecary's not in range, but the Brother Captain is. So we'll start with Drago. Drago will go into this knight. Goes off on an 11.
Am I in range for deny him?
You should be, yeah.
We'll try and deny that.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, just one more wound on the Zeke knight. Brother Captain, he will try and smite. He does on an 8.
Nope.
Takes another one. And then Drago will cast Hammerhand on the Grandmaster, which does go off on a 7.
And we will try and use our last deny.
Yep.
That is denied.
That's definitely denied. Okay, so, yeah, that's pretty much my psychic, I think. I don't think anything else is in range. Let me just double check. So, nope, nothing there. And the Apothecary is definitely out of range. So, yeah, that will be my psychic phase. We'll be back in Grey Knight shooting in just a sec. It's Grey Knight shooting phase. We're starting off with the Paladins. They've got Astrolabe. I'm going to spend 2 CP to use Psychic Onslaught, so it increases their silencers to strength 5 -1. I'm going to put everything, including the Stormbolters, into the Corn dude. So 24 shots from the silencers. So this will be hitting on 4s because they move, but re-rolling 1s and 2s because of Drago. Okay. So re-rolling all these.
Ooh, freeze.
Not what we want. Okay. Yeah, that's quite a lot of, but still, it's pretty good. And then moving on 5s. So you have 6 at -1, so 4 ups.
6 4-up saves. We'll drop 2.
Oh yeah, okay. So 2d3 damage. You take 4.
4 down to 19.
Okay, then same thing with the Stormbolters. So 24 shots, this will be 3s re-rolling everything. Okay. Cool. I think that was a hit. Yeah. And this will be 6s. There's quite a few.
That's
1,
not
2,
bad.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
2, 3, 4,
Reps.
5, 6, 7 free ups. We drop 2 more.
Okay, down to 17 on that guy. He was in range of him, so Brother Captain, don't think you can see him or is in range. I know you should be in range, but can't see him. He's going to put a Stormbolter into him.
Yep.
So, don't know which ones they were, so just remember those. All hit. 6s, wound.
Free up. Nope.
It's a wound from Stormbolter. Drago will do the same thing. All hit. Nothing. Okay, let's get on to a bit of better shooting. So he is going to put his everything into the. Oh no, I'm going to put everything into the Zeech dude.
Yep.
So if you want to, he doesn't need to rotate, does he?
Yeah.
So twin large cannons. They did move, so this will be 3s, rerolling 1s, 2 hits, and 1 wound. -3.
1 4-up. Nope.
So d6 damage. 4. I'll take that.
17 remaining.
And then crack missile. Hits. Doesn't wound. Okay, we'll do the same thing from the next Dreadnought. 2 hits with the las cannons. 2 wounds.
2 4-ups. Yes, fine.
Makes it. And finally crack. Hits. Doesn't wound. Okay. So we might as well just move on to the Grandmaster. So 17 wounds left. He will put everything into the Corn Knight because he's going to be wounding on 5s and 6s anyway. So I'll do his heavy Psycannon.
-1, isn't it?
What was that?
It's only -1 with guns, isn't it?
On the heavy cannon, yeah.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s because he moved. Rerolling 1s because of himself. That's all hit. Winning on 5s because it's strength 7. Ooh, that is 3 wounds. -1.
4-ups.
Oh, 6 damage.
That's bad.
Yeah, down to 11. And then here's Gatling, so it'll be 12 shots. So hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Reroll a couple of 1s. Okay, no, they didn't want to translate. 9 hits. This is wounding on 6s because it's strength 4. 1 wound, no minus. But it is D3 damage.
3-up.
No!
Oh my days. Oh. Now we're just going to take it.
Yeah. D3 damage. Oh, 2.
9 left.
Down to 9. Wow. Okay. I believe that is all of my shooting. So, yeah, apothecaries don't have any guns. Got a couple of characters in here, so obviously they can't see these guys have shot. He shot, so we'll just go straight into the charge. Grandmaster's going to charge into this dude.
Okay.
So, do
So
your
we have
Overwatch.
2 thermal cannons, number of shots. 5. 6s. 1.
Okay, so winning on 3s.
And re-rolling if it's a 1, but it's
Okay.
not.
So 3 up in 1. Yep, he's fine.
It's fine. And then it's
Stubber.
just stubber. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so needing a 9-inch charge here because I redeployed, so but I can either reroll 1 with CP or reroll both with First the Fray. Nope, that'll do it.
Doesn't
He's
need
in.
it. He's in.
So let's just move him right up there. We might as well go straight into combat because that's the only combat to do. So, so 6 attacks on the charge because of shock assault now. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s for himself. All hit. Winning on 3s. Oh, I think.
3 at the moment.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm going to reroll one of them. Okay, that does pay off. So that is 4 at -3.
4 6-up saves.
Ah!
Made 1.
So 3d6 damage. 10. So he's down to 7.
7 remaining.
Okay. Yeah, that
Can I
is.
put him on his bottom profile?
I don't believe it does.
Have to double check.
Yeah. But that is the end of Grey Knight's turn 1. So.
Get to strike back with the knife.
Oh, yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
No, it does not. He is
Second
on
profile.
7. He's on his second profile still. If he'd taken 1 more wound, bottom profile. So because he gets 4 attacks normally.
Yep.
But because he's been charged, he gets an additional 1 for the house trait.
Yep.
So 15 attacks with his feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So hitting on 4s.
Indeed. Hitting on 4s. Not great.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good there. 5?
Only 5.
Yeah, wow.
Wounding on 3s.
Yep.
So
Okay,
all wound.
though. So 5 at -2. So this will be 3 up in bonds. He's fine. Very nice. Okay, yep, that's the end of my turn. Didn't score any points for any objectives, but also didn't get first strike. So, yep, it is what it is, but we'll be into Chaos Knight's turn 2 in just a sec. It's after Chaos Knight's movement. This knight has fallen back. The Corn Knight has just stumbled over as he's on really low wounds. Wardog's just moved up. He's pretty much stayed there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't move.
Magnus has flown over, looking at potentially dealing with these Paladins if he's brave enough.
We'll have to see.
You remember what happened to Mortarion when he charged into
I
some
do.
Paladins?
I do. But this is Magnus,
I
the
welcome.
superior Primarch.
I welcome him. This Wardog, I believe he just shuffled across.
Yeah, he just shuffled across to be on the objective.
Yeah, we'll just go straight into Psychic. So, yeah, let you take it away.
So, first thing we do, we'll spend a command point to change Magnus's warp time to Def Hex.
Yep, sure.
And we're going to Def Hex the Paladins.
Okay.
Which does go off
on
a 9.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 CP. So I'm down to 3 now on the Aegis. Oh, which means I get... Come on now. There we go. So we get 3d6, pick the 2 highest, so hopefully it goes off. Oh, no. What did you roll?
I got a 9 total. So you would need to roll a 6.
Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, that's a shame. Both times I've used the Aegis, it hasn't worked. So yep, they've been defexed.
And then he's going to Glamour and Weaver himself. So Glamour. I'll re-roll the one because you're in deny range. So that will go off on an 11.
Okay, I'll just try and do it with someone. Nope.
And then he will Weaver, which goes off on a 9.
Okay. Nope. That is a 9 with a +1.
So he gets both of those back.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of our psychic phase.
Okay, so do you want to just go straight into shooting?
Yeah, we pretty much can.
Yep.
So we'll start with the double Gatling Knight.
Yep.
We're going to spend 2 command points to have him reroll all failed hits.
Okay.
And he's going to put everything into the Paladin squad.
Yep.
So he's getting 24 shots, which is all of these plus 4 more dice.
Okay.
Always come prepared. So he is hitting on 3s and re-rolling all fails. And good thing I did that.
Yeah, that's quite a lot to use there.
A substantial amount of misses.
Not that I'm biased, but hopefully you get that again.
Nope, that's a lot better. Just 2 misses total.
Oh, this could be a problem for the Paladins.
And then
Freeze.
wounding on 3s. Let's not get loads of 1s and 2s again.
Okay,
So that's just that many.
Dice.
At -2.
Yep, so this will be 4 up because I got 2 up because of the Terminators. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 1 on 1 wound.
Lovely.
Okay, so there's no point in having the staves because Defex has gone off, and I'll just remove one of the Stormbolters.
And then we'll see if the stubber can kill the guy on the wound.
Got it.
All hits.
Yep. 1 wound.
1 wound.
Okay, need a 2 up here. Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. Okay, on to the next one. We will put the thermal cannons. Can he see the dread? He can see the
Yeah,
dread.
I should be able to.
So I'm not going to be greedy. I'll put both of them into the front dreadnought.
Okay.
So 2d6 shots. For 11.
That's so gross.
It's probably the first time I'm getting some pretty gross rolls with these knights, so I'm quite happy.
Could you have done it not against me?
So he's on his second bracket, so he's hitting on 4s.
Okay, looks about average.
About average, yep. And then wounding on 3s and re-rolling 1s because you've got 8 wounds.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Nope, no 1s.
Okay,
so
they just go straight through.
Straight through, d6 each.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Wow. So actually, I could pass some things here because he's a venerable dreadnought.
So that's
So what's
5,
that?
6, 7, 8, 9.
So just add another couple of dice into that. So I get 6s because he's a venerable dreadnought. No, he's definitely dead. Does he blow up? Of course he does. I believe it's only 3 inches, so it will be Crowe and the other dreadnought. So I'll just roll for them. So Crowe takes 3, the other dreadnought takes 2. Okay. So Crowe's down to 2.
And the stubbor's wasted.
Yep. And he took 2, didn't he? It's down to 6. And he's gone.
Can the Armiger see the other one? Don't think he can.
No, not through there. At that angle, I don't think.
So the Armiger is just going to put his shots into the Paladins, and so is the other one.
Okay.
So the first one, D3 shots for free.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Cot die. 2 hits. And then wounding on 2s. 1 wound.
6 up. Nope. Oh, that's cold.
That's good.
Nope.
And D6.
Yeah, it just
kills 1.
Yeah. So he's gone.
And the other one, same again. D3 shots for 2. 3s. Both hit. 1 wound.
Okay. And you go 6 again. Hey!
He's fine. And then the melee, the Corn Knight will just put his stubber into the Paladins as well.
Okay.
2 hits. 1 wound.
Okay, 2 up. Yep, they're fine.
And I believe that's all my shooting, because I don't
Okay.
think my flamers were in range of anything, so we wouldn't have done them.
Okay, so charges.
Magnus is going to charge the Paladins.
Okay. So, oh, actually, I removed the wrong one
Hero mode. Engaged.
there. So, I get 24 shots from the silencers. Magnus is charging into the Paladins, so it'll be 24 shots from the silencers and 8 shots from the Stormbolters, re-rolling everything because of Drogo. So this is the silencers. 3, looks of it. And then re-rolling. 3 more, or 4 more. Not bad. Oh, 5 more.
5 to wound.
5 to wound.
7.
1.
1, 3 up.
Yep.
He's fine.
So the Stormbolters right here. 1. 2. Nothing. Okay.
And he goes 5 inches.
Okay. That should
Which
do it.
is probably enough
Yeah.
to just get to the front guy.
Cool. Any other charges?
The Corn Knight
Into Grandmaster.
will charge the Grandmaster.
Okay, so the 6 shots from the silencer, Psycannon rather. Nothing, but can reload his ones. 1. That is a wound, -1.
4 up.
Yep.
He's fine.
Okay, and then Psycannon. 3. And 1 reroll. 4. Very nice. This D6 is again 2. No minus.
3 ups.
Yeah,
He's all good.
Cool.
And he
Can't really
goes.
Yep, I'll do it. So, any other charges?
No.
No? Okay.
That's going to be it.
Okay, so we'll just go straight on to your fight phase then. Who are you going to start with?
You have got the command points to interrupt me,
Yes.
but Magnus is probably going to survive at this point against them, I'd hope. So we're going to start with the Khorne Knight, and he's going to activate the Khornate target so that you don't get inbuns against him.
Okay.
And we're going to spend 2 command points to have him reroll all hits.
Sure.
So I have 1 left.
Okay.
So he has 5 on base, 6 for charging, and we are going to use. If we use the gauntlet, you're going to get 6 up save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no save if we use the gauntlet because it's extra AP.
Is it?
Yeah, on the charge from Iconoclast. Increase the AP of your melee weapons by 1.
Okay.
We'll use the gauntlet because we're re-rolling hits.
Sure.
So 5s. So we got 2 so far.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Okay.
Wounding on 2s. Full wound.
Okay.
No save.
Yep. What's the
That's
damage?
6 each.
Yep.
18.
Okay. He's dead. Doesn't blow up. I'm going to spend 1 CP so that he can fight when he dies. So they're both on 7, aren't they? And I'm only wounding him on 4s. So I'll just put everything into him. So it'll be 5 attacks.
He didn't go into combat.
Oh no, he didn't. No. So yeah, he's not in combat. So yeah, it'll be into the corner.
It's okay. We can lose him.
So being on 2 still because his weapon strength doesn't go down. Rerolling 1s. Okay. Auto wounds.
Not great.
No.
Mine's
He's on 7,
3.
right?
Yeah. No, he's on 9. He's on 9. He's on 7.
Okay. Got 3 remaining. Yeah. At this point, like, my rolls have been so bad that I think I'm just going to have to spend all my CP just trying to claw something back. So I'm going to re-roll one of those. That does go off. So you've got 2, but minus 3.
2 6-ups. I made one.
Okay, so D6 damage is the 6. So
he's only on 3 remaining.
Yeah. And he's dead, and that is Warlord as well. So we've just gone back because I wouldn't have spent that 1 CP just because I want to interrupt. So I'm spending my last 2 CP to interrupt with Paladins onto Magnus. So I'm just going to go in. Cool. So there's 6 of them left. They get 4 attacks because they get 3 each. They get +1 for being charged, which brings them up to 4, and then they get +1 because they are within 6 of the banner. So they have 5 attacks each. So 6 of them. Yep. So 30 attacks. We need to do the Paragon separate because he's got weapon skill 2, so this will be 3s. Okay, all hit. So I'll just put those over there, and I've got 25 more.
Looking good already.
So this will be 4s, rerolling 1s and 2s because of Drago. I think that was, I'm not sure what that was. I think that was a 3. So rerolling these. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so those 5 went. So this will be 5s?
Yep.
Yep, so 5s. Yep, re-rolling everything because he's a demon.
So we've got 3, 6,
11.
11, 6, 8, 10, 11. 3 up saves. Ooh, dear.
What's that, 5?
That'd be 5, yes.
Yep. Okay.
Even if it's not worth command pointing my last one away, so.
No. So it's 5d3 damage and re-rolling because Drago's there. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll those. Okay, so 6, 8, 9.
Exactly half of his wounds.
Yeah, not enough to do anything though. So, yep, Magnus can attack now.
Just make sure that isn't a bracket. It is a bracket,
Yeah.
so I get one less attack. But that's mitigated itself just from shock assault. So 7 attacks, hitting on 2s and rerolling 1s. All hit. No deaths to the False Emperors though. And then 2s again. So that's 7 at -4.
Okay.
3 damage each.
Yep. So needing 6s here. No, that's the unit.
Proving to be superior than Mortarion.
Well, Mortarion, there weren't any that were killed before Mortarion went in, so it was
Too many. to
50 attacks into Mortarion.
That's where he went wrong. He didn't bring a knife to shoot them up first.
Okay, so I believe that's everything.
Yep.
Yep.
So end of my turn. I
Yep.
would score all 3 and 2 for that one because he stayed on it.
Yep, so is that 4?
4.
Yep.
Plus Slay the Warlord, 7.
Okay, Grey Knight movement has happened. My little band of characters have just moved out to try and deal with Magnus. Grandmaster's deep struck over here, looking to maybe put some shots into these guys and charge one of them. There's a Strike Marine unit over in that building, just looking to see if I can get a charge off them to him. And there's a Strike Marine here, looking to see if I can charge that. Just to gain some points, although he's a character.
No.
Which one's the character?
The corn one.
Corn one, okay. That's fine. Dreadnought's just kind of stayed there, and don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, Strike Marine squad just in that building as well. Yeah, so we'll probably just go straight onto Psychic. So, I'm going to start with the banner. So, the banner is going to smite. That goes off on a 10.
We'll try,
Okay.
because this is going to hurt otherwise. So I only get +1 now because I'm bracketed.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, D6 mortal wounds for 5.
4 left.
Hey! Castellan Crowe, he's going to smite. That goes off on a 9.
Try again.
Nope.
Nope.
Snake Eyes, D6. 4.
That's Magnus dead.
2 smites.
Goodbye, Magnus.
I'm actually going to smite with him into the knight, which goes off, so he just takes a mortal wound. Apothecary is... Oh, he's within 18. I'm going to Purge Soul you.
Ugh.
Purge Soul goes off, so it's a leadership off.
I'm leadership 9.
I'm leadership 10, I think.
So I got 10.
Ah! So you take 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been better. Okay, Drago will smite. That goes off. Another 1. Drago will cast Hammerhand on this unit of Strike Marines. That fails, I think. Yeah, need a 6. Okay. Dreadnought, he'll just cast Astrolabe himself. That goes off. So he can shoot through walls. Grandmaster, he is going to cast Sanctuary, which goes off. So he's got 3 up in Bun. And he will smite the Armager. That goes off. So 1 mortal wound on the Armager. This Strike Marine unit, they're going to cast Gate on Drago.
Oh no.
That does go off, so he is going to come over here somewhere. Just need to get back a little bit. Cool. Okay, so that is my Psychic. We'll be back in the shooting in just a sec. Okay, so we're back in Grey Knight shooting phase. I'm going to start with the Dreadnought. He is going to put everything into this knight.
Okie dokie.
So, twin las cannons. 2 hits because he hasn't moved. 1 wound.
5 up. Nope, it's 4.
Okay. He takes 3. Crack missile. Fails to hit. We'll just try and flick some wounds off with these guys, so just on the storm bolters. So, other captain. 3 hits. No rerolls because Drago moved away. 1 wound.
3 up.
Nope. Takes a wound. Same thing from Castellan Crowe. 3 hits. Thing. And then same thing from the banner. This will be 3s. And 6 is 1. Yep, he's fine. Okay. So then we will might as well just do Drago. Drago will just put Stormbolter into him. Rerolling. And 6s. Just 1.
6.
Okay, cool. So Grandmaster, he is going to put everything into the Corn Knight. So
still only -1, no point rotating.
yeah. So Psycannon. Can't reroll that. And then this will be 5. 2 -1.
2 4-ups. Fail 1.
Takes 2 damage.
I think I will use my last command point on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many wounds have you got left?
5.
Okay. So Gatling Silencer, 3s, reroll 1s. Okay. Another 1 there. Cool. 3 misses. 6s now. 2. No minus.
2 3-ups. Fail 1.
Okay, D3 damage. Just 1.
4 remaining.
Okay. That is my shooting. So we'll just go straight into the charges. So I'm going to start with Drago. He's going to charge into this dude.
Yep.
So can't overwatch because I'm behind the wall. So we're needing a 9. Nope. Fails. This Dreadnought, he's going to charge the Armor and the Corn Knight. So do you want to do your overwatch?
So D3 shots from the melter. 2. Nothing. Stubber. Nothing. And then stubber from him.
Yep.
1 hit. No hit.
Okay. So needing a 4 to get into the armor gun. Not 4. A 9. Nope. Fails. Those strike marines over there, they'll try and go into that armor gun. Yep, they're in. Okay. These strike marines in that building, they're going to try and go into the Corn Knight. They make it in as well on 10. And then these guys over here, they're just going to try and go into that knight. So, no. Okay. So these guys went in. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go straight into combat. You don't have... How many CP have you got?
None left.
Okay. We'll just start over there then. So it'll be 5, 15, 16 attacks. Let me grab some dice. So hitting on 3s, no rerolls. And winning on 5s. Wow, that's really good. 6, 8 at -2.
6, 8 at -2, so it'll be 5 ups. So 4 go through.
There. Okay, 4d3 damage on the armor. Yeah, 11.
11, so he's on a single wound remaining.
Yep. Okie dokie. So we'll just go straight onto these guys into the Corn Knight. So it'll be the same thing. So hitting on 3s. That was not a good roll. Wow, yeah, that was really bad.
They just don't want to kill corn.
No, so 6s, 1, -2.
5 up. Nope.
D3 damage. 2.
2 wounds remaining.
Okay. Yep. Flying back.
So we'll start with the armor guard. He'll do the sweep. So he gets 10 attacks because he gets +1 attack for being charged.
Does he not lose attacks for being?
No, they don't lose attacks. They just lose movement, weapon skill, and ballistic skill.
Okay.
So I am now hitting on 5s.
Yep.
3 hits. And then we are
Strength 6.
strength 6, freeze, and -3. So 3 at -3.
-3 on sweep.
Yeah, because it's -2 normally.
Oh, yeah.
And then +1 AP.
6s.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Corn Knight, 15 attacks. No, he's got more. Because he's got 6 for being charged. So 18 attacks. So all of the blue dice bar 2. 5s as well. Oh wait, 4s because he's a melee one. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. 2s. So 3, 6, 8 at -3.
Okay. Yeah, that's the unit. So we're back in Chaos Knights, just off the movement phase. Corn Knight has gone around here, as was the War Dog. This one's just done a little shuffle to the side. This one's just done shuffle so that you can see them, and then the War Dog over there has just stayed there, just in combat. So, do you want to do your shooting?
So we're going to put all of the shots from the Film Cannon Knight into the Grandmaster.
Okay.
2d6.
If that isn't a clue as to how this game is going, I don't know what is.
I don't know what to say. We're hitting on 4s because we are on our second bracket. So we didn't do very well there. There's only hit 4 hits. But wounding on 3s and rerolling 1s. 4 wounds.
Okay, 3 up saves. That was 1.
Are we in half range?
It's 18, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's half range. So 2d6, pick the highest. 6.
Yep, so he's down to 6.
Then the War Dog will put his Thermal Spear and Stubber into him. So d3 shots for free.
That's a lot of 6s.
1 hit. 1 wound.
Yep, yeah, he's fine.
And then the Stubber. 2 hits.
It's a heavy weapon, so it's only 1 hit.
Oh yeah, 1 hit then. So nothing. We've got nothing.
Yep.
Stubber from that one. Nothing. And then Gatling Cannon Knight will just fire everything into them.
Okay.
24 shots. Then freeze again. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Okay, just use your dice.
11 2-ups. 11 minus 2.
Yep, they're dead. Okay, is that what you're shooting?
I believe it is.
Okay.
So just charges.
Yep.
So the War Dog will charge the Grandmaster.
Okay. So Gatling Psilencer. Your wounds. 2 hits. 1 wound. No minus. Nope. D3 damage. 2.
9 remaining.
Psycannon. Reroll at 1. Okay, you're 1 hit. That's 1 wound, -1.
Nope, failed.
Okay, 2 damage.
7 remaining. Distance. 6
Yep,
inches,
that
that'll do it. Then the Corn Knight will charge him. That will do it. And that's all the charges.
Okay.
Straight onto the fight phase.
Yep, sure.
6 attacks from the Corn Knight using the gauntlet. So we're hitting on 5s. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. That might just be the little bit of luck I needed to do something this game.
And then the War Dog.
Yeah.
Using the strike profile.
Is he bracketed now or not?
No, because he's on
6,
7.
yeah.
You need to have 1 more gone. So 5 attacks, 3 to hit, 4 hits, and then we need strength 12.
Yep, so 2s.
1 wound.
Okay, we're up. Yep. Okay.
Just made all those.
So,
limbs.
Him over there.
Go in with him.
How many's left in there?
There's 4 left.
You can probably just remove them.
No, because he's on his final bracket.
Oh, right, okay.
Because he's only got a wound remaining.
Okay.
So we're not getting 10 anymore, we're getting 8. 5s. 3 hits. And then we need 3s again. 2.
-3 again.
-2 because we haven't charged.
Okay, let's do 5 ups. No, 2 dead. Thank you. So, Grandmaster, I'm just going to put everything into the Warlord. So, hit on 2s. Rerolling 1s, luckily. Okay, 1 failed. Rolling on 3s. 3 wounds, -3.
3. 6 ups.
Oh no, sorry, 4.
Nope, all failed.
Yeah, he's
He's
dead.
dead. Does he explode?
No. Okay. Cool. Well, that's something.
Waddle down. And then 2 strike rings over there.
Yeah, so 3 attacks from Justicar, 2 attacks from the last one. 5. 1 wound. -2. Nope.
He's dead.
Okay.
Does he explode?
No.
I saw it for a second there. That's 2 War Dogs down.
Cool. No. I have very little on the board, but we're getting somewhere.
So at the end of that turn,
So that's 3,
3 and 1,
Okay.
putting me to 11.
Okay. I'm on 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grey Knight's turn 3 coming up in just a sec. We're back in Grey Knight's turn 3, just after the movement phase. All my characters have bravely hidden inside this building, because I might have a little plan. This Dreadnought, he stayed here. Grandmaster has stayed in combat over here. And Drago has just done a little bit of a shuffle, moved his full 6 inches just to close the gap with this knight. So we'll just go straight onto my psychic phase. So Grandmaster, he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself. That goes off, so he's got a 3-up invulnerable. He will then just smite into the Corn Knight. That goes off, so 1 more wound.
1.
There's no point in casting anything on him because he can see anyway, so I just don't want to risk a perils. Brother Captain is going to cast Gate of Infinity onto Castellan Crowe, which goes off, so he's going to redeploy and just sit in that building, basically holding the objective.
You had 2 guys still there anyway.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to put him somewhere else?
Oh, yeah. yeah, well, instead of teleporting him, I'm going to teleport the Apothecary then. Because the Apothecary would have been next turn. So he's just going to come down here somewhere. See if I can get an Apothecary to smash up a knight.
Playing line of sight shenanigans.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, Drago, he will cast Hammerhand on himself. That goes off, I think, with a +1. Yep, need a 6. That is a 6. So he's got +1 to wound. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll just go straight into shooting phase. I think it's just going to be this dread. So yeah, we'll go straight into shooting phase. So he's going to put both of his las cannons and missile into that guy. Both hit, because he hasn't moved. 2 wounds.
2 5-ups. +1.
Okay, so d6 damage. 5. Oof. Crack missile. Fails hit. Okay, that is my shooting, so we'll just go straight into combat. I'll start with this Apothecary down here. Need a 9. Oh no, if only I had a CP. Okay, Drago, he's going to charge the knight through the wall. So, yeah, can't really fail on that. So, he's just going to move up there. Yep, and that'll be it. So, yeah, we'll go straight into the fight phase. So, start with Drago. He gets, I believe it's 6 attacks now on the charge. The shock assault. Gets on 2s, rerolling everything. Okay. Strength 8, so he would be 4s, but he's got a Hammerhand, so 3s. So cocked. Okay, 3 wounds, -4, so
No save.
No save, flat 3 damage.
So that's 9 damage.
Yep.
The knight is dead. Does he blow up?
No. Okay, so straight onto the Grandmaster. 4 attacks, because he hasn't been charged and he's bracketed. Still hits on 2s though. And reroll 1s for himself. Nope. Running on 3s. 4s. 2 wounds. -3.
2 6-ups coming up. Nope. That knight is gonzo.
Okay, does he blow up?
No, he does not.
Okay.
And that gets you Warlord.
Okay, so a little bit of luck there. He's just gonna go forward a little bit. Here.
Shut him under the table.
Drago will just stay there. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of my turn. So I think I get 2.
Yes.
Yep, so 2 points plus Warlord. I'm on 4. So it'll be Chaos. Turn 4?
Lone Knight turn 4.
Yeah, Lone Knight turn 4. Coming up in just a sec. This Chaos Knight thinks that he can beat my Apothecary on the other side of the wall.
Of course he can.
So, Chaos Knight's movement phase, this knight is just shuffled around off the objective. So, you go straight into your shooting?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So he's just going to put both the Heavy Flamers and the Stubber into the Apothecary and the 2 Gatlers into the Grandmaster. Because his arm is stuck around the corner. So we'll do the Gatlers.
You're not down on both.
No, he's on 16 left. So freeze. And of course, there's lots of 1s and 2s. And then 4s, because strength 6.
Yep.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. I'll just use these. Got 3 having ones. Nope, he's dead. That's a terrible roll.
2 Heavy Flamers into the Apothecary. D6 shots each. 4. Auto hits. Wounding on 3, so strength 5.
Yep.
2 wounds at -1.
Yep. 3 ups because he's a Terminator. Fine.
And then Stubber. All hit. 2s.
No minus.
No minus.
2 ups. He takes 1. Down to 4. Okay.
Then straight onto charges.
Yep,
And
so-
he'll charge the apothecary.
Okay. So, I believe they get a frag and crack grenade, so I'll throw a crack grenade. Nope. Okay.
It's probably not going to cut it.
Yeah, if you have to go around, I don't know. That's really close. No, that's fine.
Literally just.
Okay, we'll go straight into the fight phase then.
Yeah. So he charged, so he's getting 15 attacks. Hitting on freeze. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And then wounding on 2s. So all wound at -3.
Yep. So 4 up in bonds. It's D3 damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead anyway. Okay.
And I score no points this turn.
Okay, so into Grey Knight's turn 5? 4? 4. Grey Knight's turn 4 and just a sec. Grey Knight's movement phase is done. Drago's just hopped over to the other side of the building just to hold the objective because he's going to gate himself anyway, so if he fails, he's there. While the captain advanced, Dread stayed where he is. Those characters stayed where they are because they can't really do anything. And Strike Marines have stayed over there. So we'll go into Psychic phase. Drago is going to Gate of Infinity himself. That goes off. So he's going to come over here. We know he's 9 away anyway. He'll cast Hammerhand on himself, which does go off. Wherever that is. And yeah, just straight into the shooting. So Drago can't see him. Dread, last cannons, he's just in range. 2 hits. 2 wounds. 1 save, 1 fail, d6 damage. 5.
Another 5. Ouch.
He just needed to warm up.
He did.
Crack missile. Hits. Crack missile. Fails a wound. Okay, that's my shooting. We'll go straight onto charges. So Drago needs a 9-inch charge into this guy. So
He does.
no. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
You score 2 points though.
Yep.
Putting you to 6.
Okay. So yeah, your turn 5. Do you want to just go straight onto it?
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
I think that's a bracket now though,
Yeah.
because it's more than half his wounds.
So he's on 11 now.
Yeah, so he's on that 9-inch move. So he's just got to move out that way to get a view of Drago.
Mhm.
And then he's going to dump everything into him.
Okay.
So, Gatling cannon, 24 shots, hitting on 4s now.
That
That's cool.
looks pretty good. Yep. There's really not that many fails there.
Not as many as you want it to be.
Maybe 3s.
And then freeze. But there's a few 2s and a 1. So that many saves.
Yep. So 3 up in buns. He's got 7 wounds, I believe. Yep, just enough.
4.
Okay, so we'll just go straight into Grey Knights. So Brother Captain's going to move. Advance, sorry. 9. Yeah, within 3. There. Yeah, Castellan. He'll gate himself, so that does go off. So we'll just come over here. Just make sure. Just needs a little bit further back. More up here somewhere. Like that. Yeah, that'll be it. So Psychic. There's nothing really to do, to be honest. Oh no, I've already done Psychic because he gated himself. So shooting, Dreadnought into that guy. 2 hits, 1 wound. Nope. D6 damage. 4, 6.
He's on fire now.
Come on, Dreadnought.
This knight might die to him.
He can't. He still can't hit with his crack grenade though. Wound with his crack grenade. So crack grenade hits. Wound. Yes, it does. -2.
So still 5 up. Nope.
Okay. D6 damage. 3. Okay.
Bringing him down to 2.
Cool. Castellan Crowe might well do it then. So yeah, we'll just go straight into the charges then. Castellan Crowe. Needing a 9. Nope. That's the end of my turn. So
3 points for you?
Yep.
Up to 9. Closing the distance on me.
Yep. So that is the end of turn 5. Do you want to roll the dice? Nope.
It goes on. Oh, not good for me. So we just swing round and gun down Crowe, hopefully. But we're not hitting very well anymore. We're in a bit of a rough state.
5s.
Hopefully still enough.
He does have a iron halo. So.
3s to wound. 3 wounds.
Okay. Oh, he's on 2 anyway. Because I took the mortal wounds, didn't he?
1 needs to go through.
Yeah, so 4 up iron halo. Oh, yeah.
That's Crowe gone.
Okay, so you get a point.
I do.
Yeah, so I guess Dreadnought. Well, there's not really that much movement that I can do. If he stays there, I might be able to get the banner into gate range. So I'll advance with the banner.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So 7. Yeah. It's well within. So yeah, straight into the psychic. He will gate the banner. There'll be barrels. 63, just the 1. So he's down to 4.
It's a double 1, double 6.
Double 6. So that goes off. So he will move over here somewhere. Shooting. Dreadnought. 2 hits.
Dreadnought's going to do it.
1 wound.
It's a fail.
Okay. How many wounds has he got?
3.
3 exactly.
Do I explode? No.
Okay, he's gone. So yeah, can't
That
charge
is
in there.
everything done.
Yeah, so I get 2 again.
No,
Oh,
so
no, I
you
get
get
3.
3 because you
Yep.
go on it for another turn, which brings us to level.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then if you roll to see if the game goes on for another turn, you win.
So I'm 4 up. It does.
It does.
Yep.
Which means you would score 1, 4,
And probably
and
1.
5.
Yeah.
So you would go up to 17, putting Grey Knights at a lead 17 to
Wow.
12.
That was a crazy game.
And you thought it was going to fail.
I did, yeah. I mean, after I lost the Paladins, yeah, after losing the Paladins and then having a whiffy turn straight after, I thought that was it. But yeah,
No, it's all I think it's just all the line of sight nonsense. I can't get any Overwatch or anything to stop them from getting into me. So
yeah, that's true. And you know, I like the 2 characters that I had left, like Drago and the Grandmaster. Like they're
They're
still
solid.
decent in combat. So
and me failing to kill
yeah.
the Grandmaster there
yeah,
was a
I think really the hero now is the
Dreadnought.
Dreadnought, who took about 3 turns to heat his gun up, but he got there eventually. And
So he's staying in the army now.
he is, yeah. The other one's going to go in the bin. So yeah, that was it was a really brutal and also swingy game. I really, really thought that Grey Knights had lost it then. So yeah, we'll come back in the wrap up in just a sec. And there we have it. That is Grey Knights versus Chaos Knights and Magnus. It's a pretty crazy game again.
It was pretty brutal, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really thought that you had it, like, literally after your turn 2.
It's because it was like a massive swing in my favour.
Yeah.
But, you know, so after that, a few of the things went the right way. And I mean, you can, like I said previously block my line of sight for Overwatch, because otherwise you could have potentially lost characters going in or just to that.
Yeah. I mean, I basically lost the Paladins without doing anything, really. I mean, they got Magnus down to half. And then obviously I smited him to death, but they didn't really do anything. So it was, again, like the Eldar game, it was like 500 points of just nothing.
Yeah.
Basically. So, yeah, here's what it is. But I think the turnaround for the Grey Knights was the Grandmaster living, and then killing the War Dog, and then the next turn killing the Khorne Knight, and then Drago killing the other knight. And yeah, it's just... I really did look thin on the ground, and I knew I had to like bring the Strike Marines down onto the objectives, otherwise the game was just going to run away. But they did all right on one of the War Dogs, and then I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything to the Khorne Knight, and then they failed the charge onto the other knight, so they just basically all died, apart from that one unit.
Yeah, that one unit in the corner knocked it down to one wound remaining, but they only took 2 off of the Khorne Knight.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a bad result there.
Yep.
But it obviously swung it over here, because even if I'd fallen the War Dog out, he wouldn't have been able to shoot or charge. So he was basically just making himself useless. And then in your turn, with 1 wound remaining, he's probably just going to get shot to death by the Stormbolters.
Or just smite it.
Or smite it. And he then just failed to really do anything in the next turn.
Yeah. I think the big swing was failing to kill the other Grandmaster, because I did deep strike him and fail the charge, but then you charged into him and failed to kill him, and then he just killed both of your knights.
Yeah, I mean, getting the 6 damage with the thermal cannons done to him was really good, because then if I had actually landed some hits with the Khorne Knight and gotten some wounds through, if you'd failed just one of those,
he would have died.
He was dead.
Yeah. And then, I think there's probably 2 things that just brought it back into the game for me. It was that failing to kill the Grandmaster and my Dreadnought actually like doing something.
Deciding that his guns works. Yeah.
Actually doing something in the last couple of turns.
Consistently 5 damaging chunks out of the night.
Yeah. So, crazy game.
It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's not nice when you lose 500 points of unit without even doing anything.
I do feel that pain though.
Yeah.
Because normally when you bring Magnus, he's just shot off the board the first turn.
I apart from my knights, I don't really have any shooty armies.
No, not really, do you?
No. Tyrannid,
just the knights.
Yeah, Tyrannid's combat Eldar.
They're quite the combat specialist.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was good. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon. We've got a couple of other battle reports being filmed in the next couple of weeks. So we've got Ewan's coming back, and we've also got 2 other guys who are going to be, it's going to be their first time, and they're going up against each other. So it should be pretty good. So, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.